Lasting relief from joint pain with no surgery and no drugs.
QC is so far ahead of the game in its science, its protocols, its people, its facilities.
Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Since 1955, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Hey, don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
The Bucks preseason is here, and we can't wait for things to get started.
Lillard zips the pass, right wing, catch and shoot three. Lopez rips the cords from the right side.
Our Bucks Mavericks coverage starts tonight at 6. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 10 o'clock, 51 degrees, sunny and a bit warmer today, a high of 64. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Eric Bilstead. An update to a story we've been following all morning long. What caused a large police presence this morning near the site of the former Milwaukee Mall on the city's north side. Milwaukee police tell us that shots were fired between a patrolling officer and a suspect near 21st and North Avenue. Now, during a sweep of the building, police did arrest that suspect. No officers were injured in the exchange of gunfire. MPD says doesn't believe the suspect was injured either. Decision Wisconsin, Kamala Harris is in Milwaukee this morning, expected to visit UW-Milwaukee before heading to La Crosse and Green Bay later today. Meanwhile, an independent panel tasked with reviewing the assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania back in July, says the Secret Service suffers from deep flaws. The panel says the Secret Service needs to undergo fundamental reform if it is to be able to carry out its mission of protecting top government officials. CBS News reporter Christopher Cruz.
The four members, including former Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security Janet Napolitano, said the Secret Service suffers from, quote, corrosive cultural attitudes and a, quote, troubling lack of critical thinking.
Without these recommended reforms, we believe another Butler can and will happen again.
The panel said the breakdowns that almost resulted in Trump's assassination revealed deep flaws in the Secret Service, including some that appear to be systemic or cultural. The panel called for new Secret Service leadership with experience outside the agency and a refocusing on its core protective mission. Christopher Cruz, CBS News, Washington.
Israeli Defense Forces are investigating whether Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar has been killed during IDF operations in Gaza. ABC's James Longman.
We have to exercise extreme caution. He's been reported killed a number of times over the last more than a year now since this operation in Gaza has been ongoing. What we do have are a number of photographs that are circulating online, which some people suggest could be him, but again, we have absolutely no confirmation.
Investigators in Argentina are looking into the shocking death of singer Liam Payne, 31 years old. Officials say the popular singer jumped from his third-floor hotel balcony in Buenos Aires on Wednesday. He rose to stardom as part of the boy band One Direction years ago. ABC's Andrea Fujii.
Payne had been open about his mental health and addiction journey. In 2023, he shared a video revealing his sobriety after months in rehab.
I kind of had to go away to kind of get better, let's say. I was in bad shape up to that point, and I was really happy more than anything when I arrived to kind of put a stopper on life and work.
Payne rose to stardom in 2010 with boy band One Direction, until the group broke up in 2016. He then continued with a solo career.
Back here at home, this weekend's a reminder to be cautious and considerate of road workers and first responders who are often working in dangerous conditions. You got to move over when you're on the road.
Area law enforcement agencies are commemorating this with the National Move Over Slow Down Day on Saturday. Wisconsin State Patrol Sergeant Erica Ballwig-Larson says violating this law could mean a hefty penalty.
Fine for this violation can result in a citation of $263 and 3 points. And it is a moving violation, so that's where the points get added to the citation.
Just remember, road crews and first responders would like to remind everyone to always give them a break when it comes to traveling past incidents on the side of the road. Debbie Laziga, WTMJ News.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up 56 this morning, the NASDAQ up 28, and the S&P up 4. Financial planning at every level, Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather next. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:04.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out-of-pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hi, it's Rose Gray from Fox World Travel, inviting you on an unforgettable 2025 bucket list adventure. We're guiding groups of local travelers to some of the world's top exotic destinations, including Australia and New Zealand, the Galapagos Islands, Costa Rica, Peru, Morocco, Turkey, Egypt, and Kenya. Our award-winning experts crafted group tours with Insight Vacations, Globus, and African Travel for your peace of mind. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Let's explore the world together.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. Bucks and Mavericks tonight, finale for the preseason. Chris Middleton not playing tonight. Coverage at 6 o'clock. Right here on WTMJ. Tip-off is at 6:30. WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Road's looking good. 94 eastbound, no problem. From Highway 16 through the zoo and into downtown. 43 southbound Brown Deer Road into the city is also clear. That should be about a 12-minute ride. 4145 southbound, just a bit slow around Appleton Avenue. You should get through it, but you might notice some brake lights in that stretch there. And 94 northbound from Layton into the city, no problem, 7 minutes.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Sunny and a bit warmer today, a high of 64. Tonight, clear and not as cold, a low of 44. Friday, sunny and mild, 68. Saturday, sunny, warm, 71. Sunday, even better, sunny, 74. Monday, partly cloudy, a high of 72. Right now in Milwaukee, 50 degrees. I'm Eric Bilstead, Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:07.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, it's time to fast forward. Welcome to the future of almost everything in Wisconsin on the Upswing. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Joining WTMJ's Jeff Sherman, here's Steve Glenn and Martin Moore.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee, commerce and community, the future of almost everything. As always, on Thursdays, honored to be joined by Steve Glenn and Martin Moore. Some really good analysis today on local and state issues, some national too, unique technology trends. We're going to talk about some changes in social media, entertainment insights, as Jordan DeChambra from the historic Third Ward Association will join us for the last couple segments. But we're going to do a bit of a price check edition today. We'll talk Walgreens, state budget surplus. What are ideas to spend the pot of money that the state has? I'm sure Steve and Martin have big ideas there. Packers ticket prices, and would you take cash to move to Tulsa? Oh, interesting. Really interesting. $10,000 they're doing in Tulsa to get you to move. Gallery Night and Day is this weekend. It's a 30-plus year tradition in Greater Downtown. What's selling? What do galleries want? How has this event changed through the years? What's sponsorship all about? Plus, there's some new murals in the Third Ward. So Jordan DeChambre will tell us all about that later in the show. But first, as we do each and every morning right here on the Upswing, let's go to Up.
Now it's time for the 2 Up on the Upswing.
Always do my best to find interesting business stories for you for the 2 Up. Spider-Man wants $16 for a six-pack. Yes, indeed. Tom Holland, the Spider-Man actor, he participated last January in Dry January. Obviously, that health campaign that's kind of turned into a social movement. Started in the UK where Tom Holland is, and now it's all over the world. It kind of spawned into Sober October, which is happening right now. But Tom Holland thought, all right, I'm going to keep this sober movement going for the entire year. He talked to Fast Company this week and said it really started leaning in on non-alcoholic beer. Holland told Fast Company, it helped me kind of scratch that itch and find that social void that I was missing. But he wasn't thrilled with the taste of non-alcoholic beers in the pubs and on the retail shelves. He wasn't really keen on the marketing, which is really creative. He looked at the packaging on all the non-alcoholic beers and saw, wow, most of them are blue. And to him, he said that those blue labels just don't stick out. So him and some other co-founders took that to heart and created a new alcohol-free beer brand called Bero, B-E-R-O, encased in gold and debuting with three styles, Pilsner, an IPA, and a wheat. Selling it for $16 for a six-pack, available online, soon rolling out in New York and L.A., and then all across his home area in the UK. Non-alcoholic beer, wine, and spirits have soared to $740 million annually in sales in the United States. That's still less than 1% of all total beverage alcohol sales, but the growth is really coming, and some of the projections have it reaching $1 billion in liquor store, grocery store, and other retail sales opportunities within the next 2 years. So, $16 for a new NA six-pack. Number 2, new to you, Steve Glenn, from the couple that owns Honey Dipped Donuts. A new restaurant's planned for Milwaukee's Park Place Business Park, and it's getting $65,000 in grant funds to help finance the business. IVR Bar is leasing the former Point Burger Bar. It's 109th Street and Good Hope Road. IVR stands for International Variety Restaurant. The menu is going to have a good variety. Indian dishes, curry, masala, pizza, tacos, pasta. IVR will be operated by the couple that also owns the Honey Dip Donuts on Layton and the Indian Village Restaurant on 76th and Forest Home. The $65,000 comes from TIF dollars that will be used to be directed towards the $200,000 restaurant build-out from the space. It's kind of an unusual finance model. TIF District was created in 2017. The district was backed by then Alderman Jim Boyle. He put $300,000 into this pool just for these type of opportunities. So a new business evolving where another business closed thanks to TIF dollars from a former alderman. I like that. You know, when one place closes, another opens. That's what it's all about. That is commerce. That is community. And that's what we do right here on the Upswing. Coming up next, how about a Mind Chef giveaway? This is the Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Creative Planning presents Rethink Your Money with John Hagenson, Saturday afternoon at 2. Get the most up-to-date financial advice and the freshest thinking on investments, tax strategies, estate planning, and more. You'll learn how our team-based approach at Creative Planning helps ensure all aspects of your wealth are working harder together. Don't settle for anything less than a customized and comprehensive financial plan and portfolio. Give your wealth a second look by going to creativeplanning.com/radio.
We've found that the high road is worth the climb, and it's less crowded. At Semperfi, everything we do is done to the best of our ability. There are no shortcuts. It's pretty simple. We do what we say we're going to do because we fully understand that a reputation is never given. It's always earned. It is in our nature to keep our values intact so that when we leave your job, you'll be right there to shake our hand with satisfaction. We've installed massive flat roofs and shingled huge churches, schools, and all kinds of homes from modest to extravagant, all with integrity and pride in our work. And we're going to keep doing it for generations to come. That's what Always Faithful means to us. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
It's bird bashing season when you swoop into Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to a wicked 50 grand cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card all October for entries. All Bird Bash entries go towards a December 20th giveaway with a monstrous 300 grand in prizes. Bird Bash makes its bewitching return. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Welcome back to the Upswing. Let's give away a gift card to the Mine Shaft Restaurant in either beautiful downtown Hartford or just off Highway 41 near the EAA in Oshkosh. Both locations truly full of creativity, dining rooms to explore all over. That's why they call it the Mine Shaft, right? It's super affordable, a ton of fun, really family friendly. Our kids love it. Your kids will love it. Your grandkids will love the world-class game room, quietly, conveniently set aside from the dining areas. Kids under 5 eat free Monday through Thursday from the kids menu. And every Thursday, that's today, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza. Say it with me, Martin Moore, Steve Glenn.
For free.
Indeed. Free. Absolutely for free. Caller number 9 at 855-616-1620 gets a gift card to the historic Mine Shaft. All right, this week, Walgreens announced plans to close 1,200 underperforming locations by 2027, including about 500 in 2025. I saw yesterday, I think TMJ4 was the first to report that the Walgreens store on 26th and National Avenue here in Milwaukee will close its doors on November 3rd. It's never an easy decision to close a store. A Walgreens spokesperson told TMJ4, "We know that our stores are important to the communities that we serve, and therefore we do everything possible to improve store performance." But the spokesperson cited increased regulatory and reimbursement pressures as factors that impacted Walgreens' ability to cover costs associated with, obviously, everything that comes with running a business: rent, staffing, and supplies, but specifically at this location on 26th and National Avenue. Other than prescriptions through the years, gentlemen, what do you go to Walgreens for?
Birthday cards. I was just there for my wife's birthday card the other day.
That's old school, Martin.
Yeah. Where do you go?
For birthday
He
for
makes his
cards?
own.
Yeah. I'll make them at home.
You write your own?
Yeah, I don't know. Like greeting cards, they seem to be all like $6.95 now. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to spend that much.
They got a little MP3 player in them. Yeah, I mean, when you get sick, you go to Walgreens. When you need, I don't know. For me, when I need a birthday card, I go to Walgreens. That's really about it.
No, I've got the killer app.
What?
The killer Walgreens app is the phone or photos from your phone to the print. Like that. Like it is done
That's nice.
Same day. You get all of them ready. It's an easy experience. That's my number one favorite Walgreens.
So I have
that's a really good point.
Yes.
I have a theory. I think we're going to experience something very interesting in the next 15 or 20 years stay with me. When electric vehicles become ubiquitous and gas stations start getting phased out, we're going to need a one-stop location where you can charge your EV, you can go get your groceries, you can go get a birthday card and all this stuff. And I believe that there's going to be this new sort of convenience store that's going to have where you charge your car. It's going to be the new gas station. Maybe they combine with something like Walgreens or CVS and just scale down, but sort of create like just a new way to shop and charge your vehicle and all that stuff. And I think there's going to be an opportunity for that in the next 10 or 15 years, where we're going to see a transformation between convenience stores and gas stations.
Yeah, I mean, that scale seems to be, obviously, Walgreens has locations across the country, but CVS has taken to open up locations into other retailers, Targets, and creating those type of partnerships. I almost think, Walgreens now, it used to be pharmacy and medicine. Like, that's what you went for. And it tried to be all things to all people, and it became nothing to everyone.
They do a lot of things very poorly when you should be doing one thing very well. Yes. And that's a big problem that businesses do, is they get bigger. What's the next thing? Where can we make money? What's the next trend? And what happens is you get so caught up in the infrastructure and the costs of trends that now you're trapped with, I don't know how many stores Walmart has, but they're all basically the same. And so you trap yourselves financially.
Yeah, it almost seemed like their strategy too is like, well, we're super convenient, so we're going to gouge you on pricing.
Yeah,
exactly. And everything was overpriced.
Yeah. I mean, you walk into a mini Walgreens now, and it seems like a liquor store. Like, whoa, well, we know this is going to sell. We can get a little higher margin. It's gonna.
I actually do drop in to see what kind of whiskey they have every now and then.
Another thing is you have competition, at least here in Wisconsin, things like Quick Trip. Boy, we love Quick Trip. And so I think what you're really going to see is places like Quick Trip really expand on some of they're not going to have pharmacies, I don't think, but once they start getting EV chargers and stuff like that, why would you go to a Walgreens or a smaller gas station when you can kind of go to this one-stop shop? And I think that's
where everyone's so nice.
Yeah, exactly. I think Walgreens is going to have to start partnering with gas stations or something else to try and stay relevant.
And like all models, hone in on what you do well and do that really, really well. Whether it's photo, medicines, and pharmacy, lock in on that so the consumer knows what they're supposed to get there. And I'm not going to walk in and pay $2 more for the toilet paper because I'm getting that somewhere else. Like, you're just not going to get me on that.
Right.
Maybe that was the case a couple years ago, but convenience, while it drives everything, it's not coming out of my pocketbook anymore.
Agreed.
All right, when we come back, speaking of pocketbooks, how should Wisconsin spend its budget surplus? We'll have the WTMJ talk and text line open at 855-616-1620. This is the Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Gruber Law Offices presents Thanalysis.
Drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, by the way, but he's a New York legend.
A podcast from Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Stephon Marbury.
Also supported by Carbless, premium ready-to-drink cocktails.
Give me the ball, I'm about to score.
And Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee.
I don't care what guy who ever played basketball. He's by far the best.
Subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Questions you might hear a lot this fall. Will my team make the playoffs? How much snow are we getting this winter? And whatever happened to Tammy Baldwin? After 25 years in D.C., Baldwin sides with the extreme left. Baldwin voted to give nearly $1 billion in COVID relief money to criminals in prison, even the Boston Marathon bomber. That's nuts. And she supports forcing women's domestic violence shelters to admit biological men who claim to be women. Baldwin even backed puberty blockers and sex change surgeries for minor children in Wisconsin. So here's one more question. Now that Baldwin's gone so far left, why should we keep her in the Senate? It's time to replace Tammy Baldwin. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
I'm Dave Sager. I'm the chairman of Bethlehem Evangelical Lutheran Church and School. In 1998, we made a decision to buy some property in Germantown. It was always the mindset, someday we would build a church on that property. Horicon Bank bent over backwards for us repeatedly. I can't tell you how many times I reached out to Michelle on a Saturday, on a Sunday. Can you help me out? And it would not be possible without Horicon Bank and Catalyst Construction. Just amazing individuals, and it's all family.
Those who don't have 20/20 vision usually do something about it. But many who can't breathe freely through their nose just live with it, not realizing they can have 20/20 breathing. At Advent, we're out to change that. With 20/20 breathing, you'll have fewer sinus infections, more energy, you'll sleep better, and you will live better. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. In 2006, Advent pioneered the balloon sinuplasty procedure. And since, thousands of our patients can tell you, this simple 20-minute in-office solution really works. Balloon sinuplasty can give you 20/20 breathing so you can breathe freely through both nostrils with your mouth closed day and night. And that can change your life.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Is your shower and or tub space looking like it could use an update? WTMJ and Sidex have paired together to give away a tub or shower conversion. This is your chance to get a full makeover valued up to $10,000. All you need to do is take a picture of your shower and tub space, then text CREEPY to the WTMJ talking text line 855-616-1620. Submit your picture, and you could win a full conversion from our good friends at Sidex. For contest rules, visit the WTMJ site at WTMJ.com. Speaking of the WTMJ talking text line, a big thank you from the 414, 2 for $1 cards. Greeting cards at the dollar store, Martin.
I like that.
That's where you need to go.
That's a smart listener. That's a smart listener.
Indeed. And also from the 414, same thing. Get your greeting cards at the Dollar Tree.
No, I won't.
I don't even know where there's one by me. I'm sure there's like 50 of them, and I drive past them every day on the way to work.
Yeah, well, that speaks to our convenience. You know, you're going to go where it's most convenient, without a doubt.
I won't.
So,
I won't go there.
So looking, Steve and Martin, how should Wisconsin spend its surplus? Wisconsin ends the 2024 fiscal year with $4.6 billion surplus.
Well done.
Love it.
Well done.
Yes.
No, do your horn thing.
Here's what I say. You ever have someone go to you, Steve and Jeff, and go, if you won $1 million, how would you spend it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, well, I get a car, and I'd take trapeze lessons, and I go on a vacation to Bora Bora. I say we save a big chunk of it. Put it in the bank. Get some interest on it a little bit. If there isn't programs that, were underfunded or underperforming or in need, you don't have to spend the whole thing.
They have a rainy day fund, too, don't they?
Exactly, yeah. So beyond that, the state has a record high $1.9 billion in a rainy day fund.
Gotcha.
So that's in addition to the $4.6 billion surplus. How do you spend it? One easy thing a lot of people will say is obviously education, public education. How do you distribute those dollars? Maybe you take away from some of the referendums that and most communities are doing. Or do you just look at what we have, 5.9 million residents? A little quick math. Maybe we each get $779 checks if that's everyone. But if you do 18 and older, everyone gets about $1,300, $1,277. So you could do the distribution.
Sure. But
that doesn't seem
I love
like
the
best
idea
use of funds.
And as someone who's very fortunate that I don't need that, I would prefer to see it go to education, to infrastructure, to helping homeless. There's a lot of programs that are good when you live in a society and you live in a state like this, and I would like to see that go to those sorts of programs. There's obviously people that would love to have that back and need that back. So I don't know how you'd choreograph that. But all the typical things: education, healthcare, poverty, infrastructure.
This is a great time for innovation and PR. If you put a call out to those problems and whatever else is on your list, and you start asking people to come with ideas, not just from Milwaukee, but from around the world.
Yeah.
And now you can start building on that tech reputation and everything else. And how are we going to address these challenges in an innovative, crowdsourced kind of way? Take half of that money and do that. Take a third.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a great idea. Creating new funds to power the things that the state needs.
Yeah.
So if it's recruitment and retention is that umbrella that so many organizations are working on, let's take some of that money and create a new fund that organizations can tap into. I mean, another idea, obviously we have aging sporting venues. Every time that Lambeau Field, AmFam Field,
They got plenty
Fiserv
of money.
Forum, youth sports complexes
Youth sports,
across the country or across the county and the state need money. Why don't we create a sports fund for the state of Wisconsin using some of the surplus dollars? Also, strategically consider what's the expansion of sports gambling going to look like with not only the tribes, but we're probably going to move that further. You funnel some of those proceeds, and suddenly you have a sports pot of money that can be used in the future. What do you think of that idea?
I think what's cool about part of that is some of those things become self-sustaining then and actually can generate revenue back. So I'm interested, but I think this is just a ripe time to take some money and start getting ideas and start tapping into the talent you have in this state.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously a lot of need, and we're getting a lot of talk and text. Whatever you do, don't give more money to the public schools. They already have their money. But this is an opportunity, like you said, to go into further niches, whether it's education, whether it's parks,
small
whether it's
businesses,
arts,
startups,
whether it's maybe some new retirement fund that every preschool kid gets.
Yeah.
And you can watch those dollars grow for 25
You
years.
get $50
You got to
over
use this
25
as an
years.
opportunity. So
Or for old guys on the
crowdsourcing for
radio.
ideas is what it's all about. I love that idea, Steve. All right, so the state surplus looking at $4.6 billion. Those are our ideas. Keep the talk and text line input coming. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. Coming up next, ABC News and local headlines, and then $10,000 to move to Tulsa. What did researchers find in regards to remote work and this incentive?
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The Israeli military says it's investigating whether its military operation in Gaza killed Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. He's considered the mastermind of the October 7th attacks. ABC national security and defense analyst Mick Mulroy says
he was not only the leader after Ismail Haniyeh was killed in Tehran of Hamas writ large, he was also the main operational planner. So he planned October 7th, and they really looked to him for all their tactical guidance on how to continue the fight in Gaza. So this is a huge blow. He was also considered the least likely to agree to a ceasefire.
a Homeland Security Commission warns that another Butler can and will happen again without Secret Service reforms. Released the findings of the bipartisan investigation into the July assassination attempt on former President Trump. Today, Trump attends a dinner in New York City while Vice President Kamala Harris campaigns in Wisconsin. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 1031, Decision, Wisconsin. A little bit more about that VP visit here to Wisconsin. Campaign Blitz starts this morning at UW Milwaukee for the vice president. She'll be joined by businessman Mark Cuban of the TV show Shark Tank and, of course, former principal owner of the Dallas Mavericks. They'll also make stops in La Crosse and Green Bay before heading to Michigan tonight. An update on what caused a large police presence this morning. This was near the site of the former Milwaukee Mall on the city's north side. Milwaukee police are telling us that shots were fired at an officer near 21st and North during a sweep of a building. Police did take a suspect into custody. No one was hurt. And a Wisconsin winter staple calling it quits, at least for a year. The Lake Geneva ice castles will not return this January, with the organizers citing warm winters the past couple of years that only allowed those castles to be open for 2 weeks in 23 and 24. Time now for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Checking the numbers right now. Everything looking good. The Dow is up 162 to 43,240. The NASDAQ up 83 to 18,450. And the S&P is up 17 to 58.59. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving, time saver traffic. Trouble spot right now is 4145. Southbound, you're seeing some brake lights right around Silver Spring. You'll get around there, but you just see some slowdowns in that stretch. Meanwhile, in that same area, you're going to notice some flashing lights. Squad is on the shoulder on the right-hand side as they're towing a car away. on 4145 North right by Silver Spring. So that's also causing some brake lights there, but you will get through it in that stretch. The WTMJ 5-day forecast. As of now, the weather's looking all right. Sunny and a bit warmer today. High of 64. Tonight, clear, not as cold, a low of 44. Friday, sunny and mild, a high of 68. Saturday, sunny and warm, a high of 71. Sunday, sunny and warm, a high of 74. And I should mention, because I didn't there, that during the traffic there, any closures you see in the city, especially on the east side, that's because of the vice president's motorcade moving in and around the city this morning. I'm Eric Bilstead, Saturday Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:34.
Loyalty, family. Few things are more important. This is WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Yet another strong storm rolled through Oak Creek in South Milwaukee, causing actual damage at my house. Thankfully, I knew exactly what to do. I called my friends Jeff and Jake at Loyal Family Renovations, and Jeff came by to assess the damage. If your home has suffered storm damage, don't leave it up to the out-of-towners. Loyal Family is family-owned, and the loyalty belongs to their customers. Contact them today for a free damage inspection, and they'll help make your home remodeling dreams a reality. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
When it comes to accurate, reliable election information for Wisconsin voters, visit the official site. It's myvote.wi.gov. It's the big cheese, you could say. It's your one-stop source for official Wisconsin election information. Find your polling place, see your sample ballot, make sure your registration is up to date, and more at myvote.wi.gov. Sponsored by Wisconsin Elections Commission, aired by Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. Admit it, you've been dealing with achy joint pain for so long. It's been so long you don't even remember when it started, when you used to feel good. You do the daily doses of medication, which basically just a Band-Aid. You've done the steroid shots, and it just doesn't last, and God knows what the long-term effects are. So let's talk real lasting relief. It is possible with the help from QC Kinetics. People in Milwaukee are reducing the inflammation, getting the mobility back, and most importantly, getting their lives back. Just call QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in cellular therapies, using your own body's healing properties. Find out if you're a candidate for regenerative treatments. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. Here's the number, 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, cutting-edge treatments that require no surgery, no drugs, and here's the best part, no downtime. You can go right to the office right after a treatment. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Is that coffee?
That's it. I'm getting 100 cups of coffee, starting now.
Time for a quick look at your coffee and how much it costs. It's the Upswing's Coffee Index.
Smells good.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Steve Glenn and Martin Moore. Where'd you get your morning coffee? I stopped at the Valentine Coffee in the historic 3rd Ward. $2.50. The 12-ounce cup, $2.71 with tax. Did a $1 tip. That Bering Sea blend they have, it's great. Kind of complex and balanced. A little bit of dark chocolate. Although I heard this morning that cocoa prices are going up too. So that will be interesting to see as we head into the holidays how chocolate prices explode a bit. But producer Jaslyn, where'd you go this morning?
I went to Better Together Cafe in South Milwaukee, which is always farther than I think it is from St. Francis.
Did you both take it to go?
Yes.
Yes.
If you stayed there, is it free refills?
Ooh. I don't know. I feel like you can get that at Canary across the street, but I don't know about, because it's a different price if you just get it in an actual cup versus a to-go.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That would be, I don't know. I'd have to check with Valentine. Yeah. I know like Collectivo doesn't do free refills with a to-go cup.
That would make sense because you're going.
If you're eating,
you get a mug.
If you're drinking there, it's a different
story. Because I always get a mug, no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
where were you this morning before the show?
Wantable, of course. Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Do we need more coffee co-working spaces for you?
No, I'm fine.
Points and loyalty systems, whether subscription. No, but many of them do. If you bring in your own mug, there's a discount.
Cool.
Yeah.
There was a bar back in Champaign that would do that kind of thing.
With booze,
beer.
Yeah, you would get like a big mug, like your own mug to go, or Stein. I think it was a mug.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I'm in.
It was a nice local place.
All right.
Good to go for happy hour.
Very good. All right. Well, speaking of money, dollars, savings, $10,000 to move to Tulsa. Business leaders and local officials in Tulsa, Oklahoma have been puzzled for years, trying to kind of what a lot of communities are doing, right? Kind of fill in that void of how young people are leaving for the coastal cities, leaving for warmer climates. And they wondered, all right, how can we incent people to move here? How can we keep professionals rooted in the heartland? So they're offering straight up $10,000 for our remote workers, or you don't have to be a remote worker, but you move to Tulsa, you get $10,000.
Once?
Yes.
Tax-free?
Yes. Well, I'm not sure of the tax implications. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Yes. But what does that financial incentive above and beyond what you're going to get from your employer to relocate, is that an incentive for you to move?
If I live in Wichita, Kansas, sure. If I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or LA or Chicago or literally any other city in the United States, no, I ain't moving to Tulsa for $10,000. $10 million, maybe.
Oh boy. I don't know. This is interesting. So I know a lot of, I know some in the 20-somethings, early 30s who are ditching the office in the city right now, but they're looking at more international kind of exotic type places to go and co-work, and they actually there's a site that connects people to this process. So you pick and you kind of pick your roadmap for where you want to be for how long, and you go and for a year, leave, and this site helps you network with people who are doing the same thing. I think that, I mean, that's what you're competing against if you're Tulsa, besides, the perception like Martin has.
That's right.
I wonder what the stipulations are. Like, do you have to stay there for 2 or 3 years? There's obviously got to be some sort of rules. You can't just go there, take your money, and then a month later leave.
Yeah, and the research found that they surveyed 1,200 people, including 411 who participated in this Tulsa remote survey. And they found that remote workers who moved to Tulsa saved an average of $25,000. It's less expensive to live there. They saved on annual housing costs. And also, they looked at kind of the economic impact of the state of Oklahoma and the state of Tulsa. They said it brought in more than $14.9 million in annual income tax revenue and $5.8 million in sales taxes from the remote workers that chose the program.
And no matter what you think about Tulsa, this is a brilliant, again, PR move, right?
Yeah.
Look at all the attention it's going to get, and now you don't have you not only have people, but you have companies probably thinking about, well, what's going on here? Is this a buzz? Should I move my headquarters there?
They've also said that it has increased housing prices, though. That's the interesting thing. The median price of a home in Tulsa has risen by 9% in the last year. Nationwide, it's only 3.2%. So they have more people living there, but the housing prices are going up.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens.
It's interesting. I mean, I'm sure there's people that would definitely consider it.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, but...
Hey. It's all about telling the story. It's all about packaging, promotion, and protecting the area that you live in. I think finding creative solutions to these type of complex problems are what communities should embrace, and I'd love to see more of it from Greater Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin.
Well, when you have a $4.6 billion surplus, what are you going to do?
Let's bring it on, for sure. All right. I wanted to get, hearing in the news that Mark Cuban's in town, I wanted to get Martin's takes on kind of the changing social media world that we all live in. So when we come back from the break, we're going to talk about some of the changes coming to X and Threads and even Blue Sky. But then Jordan DeChambra from the historic Third Ward Association will join us to talk about the changes in gallery night through the years and some new murals that are popping up in the Third Ward. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Any exterior remodeling company can give you a lot of good reasons to get a new roof, siding, windows and doors, or masonry work. Aesthetic appeal alone or just resale value help it all make sense. But I'm compelled to continue to tell you what sets Semper Fi apart from the rest. What you're going to get from Semper Fi is a reputation that is backed by an undeniable stack of proof that we are who we say we are. Our character is guided by a level of trust and accountability which not only holds our teams together, but also keeps our reputation intact. And ultimately, that means leaving you satisfied. So when you're about to make that big investment in your home, isn't that what you want? This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi!
Annex Wealth Management, investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forgive commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips?
But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active liver tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
You ask a lot of your liver, so give it the support it needs with Active Liver. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com, or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Go to new, NORDICUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. New year, new you, New Nordic.
Welcome back to the Upswing. Steve Glenn, Martin Moore, Jordan DeChambre from the Historic Third Ward Association joins us. But first, I wanted a quick hit on what is happening on the social platform X. Mark Cuban is in town at UWM, joining the vice president today. And Mark, obviously a passionate user of X and Threads and other social platforms, done, I think, an incredible job this election season to get out the messages he wants, really super creative. But X has moved to kind of the next stage of using its power of blocking. And I wanted to get your insights, Martin, on this.
I don't like it. Blocking is more than just canceling out someone who you don't agree with or whatever. It's a safety net for women who are being stalked. It's a safety net for people like us that are on the radio, where people might be threatening your life or saying things to you. It's a way to remove violence and animal cruelty and all the things that you don't want to see in your feed. And it's very, very important to have in something like social media. And so the fact that it's going to be gone and they're getting rid of it, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I think it goes beyond just letting everyone have a voice and see everything. Yeah. It's a safety net.
I mean, do you think we're moving to like all paid social media accounts? Like, obviously, you can pay for Twitter X or Twitter Blue now, but you think that's where all the platforms go?
Yeah, I mean, Meta's doing that right now. You pay $14.99 or $11.99 for Meta Verified and all that stuff. And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Social media is ruined. It's not the good old days of MySpace and Friendster anymore.
It's changing really quickly.
Yeah, I'm not here for it.
I have found I haven't even been on it in a very long time.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right. It's still, I still enjoy the community building that happens there, but it's getting more and more interesting for sure, especially as
the water is muddied.
Yes. All right. Well, you know what? In better news, Gallery Night and Day is tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Jordan DeChambra from the Historic Third Ward Association joins us. Jordan, thanks for taking the time. How has Gallery Night and now the Saturday evolved through the years?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's been around for more than 40 years, which I think most people don't realize. And, this is an event that was originally run by the Easttown Association. And probably close to 15, 20 years ago, that switched over to the Historic Third Ward, and we've really taken the lead on this event. But I think that there is a misconception that Gallery Night is mainly just in the Historic Third Ward, which is not accurate. There are so many amazing places to visit, everywhere from Walker's Point all the way down to UWM, and of course, the Historic Third Ward, but just lots to see throughout the city.
Yeah, and how have you seen, working with your partners and your sponsors and your members, how have you seen the impact change through the years? It used to... I think, everyone wants to sell art.
Of course.
But it's a showcase opportunity for these galleries as well, right?
Is. Yeah, absolutely. And I think the trend that we've really seen emerge is Friday night tends to be the night when everybody goes out to explore. So you're trying to discover new art and artists. You're maybe being introduced to certain forms of art for the first time. You're meeting gallerists. You're understanding the motivation behind why they're putting in their galleries what they're putting there. Or maybe you're checking out a really cool pop-up event. Saturday tends to be for the buyers. You've taken a look on Friday. You can't get something out of your head. You have to have this piece. You have to do it,
there
right?
You go.
So Saturday, and that isn't true for everybody, but that is the biggest trend that we've seen emerge. And I think also that galleries don't so much look at this anymore as we have to sell out our gallery for this to be successful. Yeah. If they find one person who hasn't discovered art before and suddenly has found an appreciation and become inspired by something, that makes everything worth it.
Yeah, I just love that everything becomes a gallery on Gallery Night. Yes. And you have people who are like business owners who are supporting these artists and showcasing their work.
100%. And that's the thing. When I came on at the association about 2.5 years ago, the biggest thing, I used to come to Gallery Night early 2000s. So back before the Historic Third Ward is how we know it today, right? Sure. But I remember the coolest thing about it is you would kind of stumble into some sort of a studio and there would be this amazing art show in somebody's condo. Right? Just randomly.
String bass playing, music.
Yeah. Exactly. And now, so I thought, how do we kind of bring back that magic again, in addition to all the amazing galleries that we have? And that's really when the pop-up activations came into play. Yeah. So that's when we started seeing places like Leela and the Journeyman Hotel and Terrasol Dispensary and Likewise Coffee pop up and say, you know what, we're going to host artists in our space. I mean, my gosh, we have Skylight Music Theater performing out in the mid-block on Broadway as part of the Milwaukee Theater Week Best Seats promotion. Yeah. So, art
Marshall
is so
Building
many
is
forms.
Amazing,
oh my
right?
gosh, 22 galleries alone.
Yeah.
I know, that alone can be your night.
Yeah.
It's really become a community-centric event that's about commerce, but also just exploring all that the neighborhood has to offer. Absolutely. When we come back, which well-known restaurant is coming to the Third Ward? I know there's been some buzz around it. I'm going to see if I can get some insight from you, Jordan DeChambra from the Historic Third Ward Association. You're listening to WTMJ.
Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News, presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Founded by adventures, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. Financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker truly understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. And Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ansay.com. That's ANSAY.com.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
The Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales, Luther Gray.
James Imaging has been a wonderful partnership with the Milwaukee Symphony and just great to work with.
In what ways?
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
Luther James Imaging Systems is a local business technology company that stands with their clients over the long term.
Yes, before, during, and after the sale, James Imaging is there, and they are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Luther, any advice for others looking for a long-term business technology partnership?
I would tell them that James Imaging is the way to go.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
When you walk into your bathroom, is it turn this into this? With our Sidex Creepiest Tub or Shower Contest. Enter a picture of your creepy tub or shower space at WTMJ.com for a chance to win a brand new complete tub or shower conversion installed at no cost, up to a $10,000 value. Enter your picture by texting CREEPY to the WTMJ talk and text line. It's the Creepiest Shower Contest, only here on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. As always on Thursdays, honored to be joined by Steve Glenn, Martin Moore. Jordan DeChambre from the Historic Third Ward Association joins this morning as well. So 333 water, new tower, 31 stories, beautiful riverfront space, lots of buzz in recent days and the last week that a new, everyone's saying, well-known restaurant is coming to the Third Ward, to that riverfront space. Jordan, what do you know? Anything?
You know, if I knew anything at all, Jeff, I would tell you. I truly don't. The only thing I know for sure is that it's a spectacular space.
Yeah.
And that whoever does take it will be incredibly lucky because, my gosh, the views, that building, what a location.
Yeah.
So we're excited to learn more.
Very good. All right. There's a handful of bigger restaurant groups that could make it happen and maybe a relocation from another place in the area. It will be interesting to see who fills that space for sure.
Well,
I've seen some new murals going up in the Third Ward.
Yeah.
Tell us all about that.
Absolutely. So we have 4 new large-scale outdoor paintings that are being unveiled tomorrow night in the Third Ward.
Okay.
This is in conjunction with MyAd, who's celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. So we're very excited. Every one of the artists is a MyAd alum or current student. We have a piece that is actually Gertie the Duck that was just hung on Cafe Benelux this morning. So really, really beautiful pieces, adding some color and inspiration to the ward. And, you know, we can never rest on our laurels. We're, voted the number 5 best arts district in the U.S. by USA Today. We have to make sure that we are staying relevant, that we are always staying on top of making sure things are fresh and cool in the ward. And, we're very lucky to have MyAd with us as our partner.
And those public-private partnerships to power public art in the area are truly important, and the organization does a great job to bring those forward.
Yeah.
All right, all the best with Gallery Night and Day tomorrow and Saturday all around Greater Milwaukee. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ. Wisconsin's Midday News is coming up next.
These are your business headlines.